how bad is it right now?
Well, it's about to get much, much worse. So
JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said the absolute best case scenario for the U.S. right now is a mild recession.
A 90% chance of a recession. That is the prediction tonight from a top economist.
anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks out of seeing the trucking industry lose an enormous amount of its volume, you're expecting there to be mass layoffs.
And cue the fire. Chase just announced a chilling warning. And yesterday, Neil McCoy Ward's like, there is no electricity out over here in Europe. I'm like, I am getting on a plane. I'm going to get boots on the ground. I'm in Paris. And as you can see behind me, lights. Guys, it was a false alarm. You could all go back to doing whatever you're doing, but we have bigger fish to fry. That's if you can find any fish to fry. Definitely you guys aren't getting pork. You guys catch this? China's cancellation of U.S. pork shipments are skyrocketing. A lot of tons. And my question is, why can't we get the pork here? Are we shipping in 12 billion pounds of metric tons of pork? So do you guys have all the plastic junk things that you need from Temu and Amazon and all that? We're about to face supply shock, empty shelves. Here's the kicker. Panic buying just minutes away. Oh, and did you guys hear about what Amazon is doing, what they did? What they kind of did, or maybe they didn't do. But I'll get to that in a second. We got to talk about what the banks are doing and what the Fed is saying. That manufacturing print that everything's being manufactured here now. Above my head is, looks like we're in the running for VID. Look at this index. They're like, yeah, it's going to be like a little negative, maybe negative 14 because it was just negative 16. Negative 35.8. And you tell me we're not in a lot of trouble without telling me we're in a lot of trouble. There's something unheard of. CEO Jamie Dimon comes out and uses the word recession. But not just that, it gets even better. Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan, ticker symbol JPM, told investors last week that the best case outcome is now a recession. What's the worst? Oh, and hey, JP Morgan Chase investors, why is that blue line still going up? You do know that in recessions, 100% of the time, stock market not do good. So if you think for some reason that the tariff thing, once that goes away, we're all going to be okay, we're not going to be okay. It's already done. The cat's out of the bag. You already broke the window. Pregnancy test came back positive. Looks like what goes to Vegas doesn't always just stay in Vegas. But look at what Ray Dalio just posted. It's too late. The changes are coming. And continues to say some people believe that the tariff disruptions will settle down as more negotiations happen. And well, I'm just going to stop Ray right there. Let me explain, okay? You can't fix it. We're all going to die. You can't turn the ship, like ships take forever. It's already done. And I know using a Coca-Cola bottle is a bad example of a ship, but once it starts going the one way, how long does it take to get it to go back the other way? We're all in months of trouble. And as you know, nothing is showing up at the ports right now. They're like, huh? Hey, it's all gone. What do we do? Well, hold on. The stock market went up today. Guys, what has happened to the supply chain is like what happened during VID. It broke. Well, we broke it again. You know that old saying, if it ain't broken, don't fix it? Well, Trump fixed it. And we were on such thin ice. Our economy. I know, economy's great. Everything's good. Look at the stock market. It's not good. The economy is a dumpster fire. And now causing insult to injury, the supply chains, tariffs, inflation. 46% of toy companies in the United States of America say they expect to go out of business within weeks. I'd say that's a big deal if you're a toy company. 128,000 federal workers lost their jobs in 60 days. 40% of cargo ships leaving China for the U.S. were empty today. It's expected to go up by 87%. Apparel 65%. U.S. exports to drop 18%. Tourism is down 20%. 60% of CEOs expect a recession in 6 months. And people are like, Huh? So for those of you that are holding in the stock market, I would kind of say be careful. Might be a better way. So if you don't believe me that things are bad, listen to CEOs.
We've heard of the reports of just people not ordering anymore, companies not ordering anymore, cargo ships being stranded. How bad is it right now?
Well, it's about to get much, much worse. So certainly it's true that companies have canceled orders. A lot of these orders they had in place up to a year. And so they were certainly expecting some level of tariffs, but not what we've seen right now. So most people expected we would see, up to about 20% tariffs on China. Now we're looking at something that's completely different. In fact, the margins just don't make sense for them to import because they're looking at a potential 145% tariff. So there's been a lot of cancellation of voyages to the United States, and the amount of freight that we're expecting over the next 2 weeks to drop off in a year-over-year basis is down 35% in terms of imports. And this is going to show up in the domestic economy pretty soon. We're about anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks out of seeing the trucking industry lose an enormous amount of its volume, probably around 6% of total trucking volume around the United States is actually going to drop off simply because we don't have the import activity happening. So we're expecting there to be mass layoffs in the logistics industry. And also, as Apollo reported, this is going to show up and impact retailers. Retailers are simply not taking inventory of products that they have pre-ordered, and they're certainly not ordering new products. And we will see inventory stock out sometime in late summer, probably as early as late June, but certainly in July and August. And I think most consumers will notice it when they go to purchase their back to school items.
If that doesn't freak you out, let me give you another analogy because he did a good job. You're laying on train tracks, okay? You're tied down and a train's coming. I mean, call me crazy, but there is no way out of this thing. Also, did you catch this Amazon fiasco? With everything you buy, it's going to say, oh, because of the tariff, it's going to cost $1 million more.
Mr. Secretary, so it was reported this morning that Amazon will soon display a little number next to the price of each product that shows how much the Trump tariffs are adding to the cost of each product. So isn't that a perfect crystal clear demonstration that it's the American consumer and not China who is going to have to pay for these policies?
I will take this since I just got off the phone with the president about this is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? And I would also add that it's not a surprise because, as Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American. It's another reason why we are onshoring critical supply chains here at home to shore up our own critical supply chain and boost our own manufacturing here.
Is Jeff Bezos?
Just like that, Bezos. Quote, never a consideration. Amazon denies media claims of tariffs. Gosh, if you were trading that stock, RIP. Let me just say, I hope you had a computer doing it for you. That would not be a time you'd want to step away from the computer. Their stock was cratering and then not cratering. You're like, yeah, short this thing. Wait, what's happening? But it was just kind of like with this Temu thing where it's like, items discount, subtotal free, and then it's like import charges. What? How do I go from $63 to $156? Assuming the Don made a call and said, hey, Jeff, I need you to do something for me. Since I am in Paris, I am in Europe, we might as well, and stocks. Let's go there. If you bought European stock in 2000, and I say European in a nice way, like on your European on your leg after you see this, you finally broke even after 25 years. And now you're praying that you just didn't double top. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, this is the China market. This is the Europe market. This is our market. 25 years is a long time. And they're down now because it went down. Not just that, what about inflation? Would someone do me a huge favor? Can you guys put in a market buy order? You're just like, right, look, that's all you have left. Just close that CME gap, so we can all go down. You're still holding your swing trade on this one up, and this is what I said. We're going to go up here. First, we got to go ahead and fill that before, we start going that way. I mean, you might come out of this. I don't know. You're still holding that. Congratulations. Just know when to get out, take profit, when to get in, because I don't know if this is the type of secular cycle that you guys could be underwater for 25 years, 30 years, like has happened since forever. Right now, the world economy is reaching, quote, limits of growth. 100 years? Stagflation? 50 to 60? Crisis? Here we are. Yes, we could go up from here. I even showed you where we're going to go up from here. You make your money, you get out. And then you wait for the next setup. You can do things like short, right? Making money going down as U.S. stocks off to their worst start against the rest of the world in 32 years. U.S. stocks, 32 years. Look at that. Look at that red line. It just keeps on going there, Bob. What you can do is make money going down. I don't know if you know this, but U.S. consumers are getting even more pessimistic about the stock market, which is a good thing, but you really want to flush out all the idiots. A record 12% of Americans see no chance that stocks will increase. And I say, look at that macro environment, but still, trade the charts. And if you don't know how to do it, I have a course on it. Click the button. To bring you over the finish line to $1 million, you have 3 hours, 26 minutes, 24 seconds. I'm including that bear market course, which I will stop. But I think this is probably one of the most critical things you need to learn in life. This is Google, and learn how to cook. This is Google, guys. Where are we currently at on Google? Oh, we're up here. Okay, so we had the top, and then we broke a trend line, and then we hit our head on the trend line, got rejected from it, so everyone knows that's the time to short to make money going down. How far down could we go on your Google? Could be where that little red arrow is. Also, don't cherry pick. Don't sit around and go like, okay, I got to wait for this to swing or that to swing the other way. Grab my options watch list. This is my options watch list, VRSN. We walked away with 148%, $2,120. That way you are in the game every day, Stan. Just that, it is fun, it's entertaining, it even beats work, I pinky promise. And with that, I gotta go to bed because I am exhausted. I have not slept in 2 days. Look at that commitment I give you because I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.